Folks, today we are going to describe about scripts and different types of variables that we are going to use in Postman. So there are two types of scripts execution order. The first one is pre-request and second one is post response. So what is the order of this execution? So how from where we have to write this script? So I will tell you this thing, the order of execution and the variable, what is variable, why variables is used, why variable is where variable is used, like examples, like what we can do with this URL. So like a scope of variables, global, collection, environmental, local. So let's flip to the Postman and let me illustrate all the examples over there. So here is my API, user collection API, and when you expand this, so there is one folder, my folder name, and here I have only one request, that is post request, and which name is create user. So when I click on this, so this is the post request and this is the URL with the endpoints, and this is the body that we want to send. Let's say when we click on the send request, then the response came with 200 status code with OK as a string, and here message is OK. I will share this doc to you in the videos itself. I will provide the link for that, so you can download the materials from there. So let me flip to the Postman and I will tell you, like, this is the collection name, this is the folder, and this is the request. So the it comes, the order of execution will be first the collection will be executed, and then my folder, any folder will be executed, and then the request will be executed. So when you click on this user collection, so in that you will see that there is a scripts tab. When you click on this, you will see that pre-request and post response is there. So whenever you want to execute the code first, then you have to write into the pre-request, and when the code will be executed after test and something you wants to validate, then you will write in post response. So order will be, so first of all, pre-request pre-request will be there, and then request, and then response, and then post response. So what is the meaning of that? So first of all, when you send this request, so there is this one is the request, and in that body I have written like this piece of code. So this code we are just want to create, like username prince1203, first name prince, last name Kumar, email is prince12, this one, password is prince, phone number this, user status 0. And when I click on the send request, the response you got it. Now, first of all, when you come to the scripts, so there is two tab, pre-request and post-response. So first, this code will be executed. If something is written over here, then the pre-request, first of all, pre-request will be executed. Then our code here, this code will be executed. And then in scripts tab, there is post response. So this, if something is written over here, then post response will be executed. So the mainly you have to consider before sending the request, the scripts tab, if in the scripts tab pre-request, if something code is there, then the first priority goes to pre-request, then the request will be executed, then response came, and then a scripts section we have post response. So if anything will be there in the post response, then this code will be executed. Let me talk you about the collection hierarchy. So let me talk with the collections with folder and this request. So what is the order of execution? So I will show you practically. Let's say I have just clicked on this collection API, user collection API, and when you click on this, there is a scripts tab is there, and there is pre-request and post response. So I just want to execute the pre-request first before sending the request. So pre-request will be executed. So let's say to write anything in the console, we are using console dot log, as similar like you are printing in the Java applications. So you are writing system out dot println. The same here, if you want to print something in the console, you have to use console.log. So this is the syntax I want to execute in the pre-request section. So this is pre-request collection is executed, and I just want to copy this and come to the folder. So folder there are having also scripts. Just write here, it will be pre-request my folder. My folder is executed, and in this request, just paste it here in the pre-request user is executed. Now in the user collection we are having post response. So let me write here as well, console.log of post response collection is executed. Copy this code, and in folder there are also post response. Paste it here. Just change my folder. My folder is executed, and here in the request there are also post response. Paste it here. Post response create user is executed. Now save all the things that you just work. Now save all those things, like save, and here as well. So it's saved. Save, save. Now I'm sending the request. Just see the console. So just clear this and send the request. You see that this one post https pet store swagger io v2 user create with list. So this request is executed in the middle. Before that, pre-request collection is executed, pre-request my folder is executed, and pre-request create user is executed. And after that, when the pre-request is all done, when this all pre-request is done, then our request is executing. So this is the request, post request, that is it is executing. And after that, post response, response collection is executed, then post response my folder is executed, and then post response create user is executed. From this given example, you can understand that before this request all the pre-request is executed. First collection prioritized, then my folder, then create user, then this request, our post request, then response came. After that, post response tab will be executed, and post response for collection, post response for my folder, and post response for create user is executed. So that's all for this hierarchy. So let me talk here. So there are three places where we can write the script. First one is collection, the second one is folder, and third one is request. So what is the flow? So let's say this is for collection, and the in collection we have written pre-request, and in folder, so after collection we have just created folder. So this, after this folder, pre-request will be executed, and after that this folder there is request. So in request, pre-request will be executed, and after that the request is just executed, then response came, and after response pre-request, after response collection post response will be executed, after that folder is executed, after that request post response is executed. So that's all for this. And the order of execution is, first of all, pre-request, then request, then response came, and then post response. So let me move to the variables. Like, what is variable? So variable is a container in which we can store the data or values, and the data can be changed while program run. So we all know what is variable. Like, why variable is used? Variable makes it easier to work with and manipulate values. Where variable is used, variables are used in almost every aspect of programming to store, manipulate, and pass data throughout the application. They make programs dynamic and flexible. So let me talk with this example. So this is the URL, https pet store swagger.io v2 user prince1203. But you can see that I have marked this in another color, and this is in another color, because for this, when you go to the pet swagger, so you can see that, so this is the URL pet store swagger.io. So you can see that base URL is petstore.swagger.io v2. So this will be the base URL, and for this I am using this module get request. So username. So for this, if I will execute, or let's say here, https petstore swagger.io v2 user prince1203. The same thing I have copied into the Postman. Let me copy paste, control C in the notepad. So this one. So till here v2. So this will be the base URL. I will tell you in a bit why we are saying this is base. This will be the base URL. So we will take into the variable base URL. So this one will be the value. And so prince1203. So here the endpoint is prince1203. So here username, I will take it into one variable, and we will place here this one. So prince1203. So base URL will be till v2. I will tell you in a bit why we are taking till v2, and username is prince1203. So this will be the username. So if we'll go to the Swagger, so this get request, and when you see the base URL, so base URL is saying petstore.swagger.io.v2. Till v2 it is base URL, and the endpoint we are using slash username. So at the place of username we are passing prince1203. So this thing we are passing at the place of username, we are passing prince1203. So that's why I have stored it into the another variable username prince1203, and the base URL would be till v2. So because in every request only the endpoint will be changing, user prince1203. If it is get request, then username is there. If it is post request, then user create with list is there. If you will see another put request, then username is there. If it is delete, then username. The base URL is fixed constant. That's why I have taken it into the one variable base URL, and username. So username is there, and it says that get request, it's in curly braces, so this is acting like a variable. So I have taken it into the another variable, prince username prince 1203. Now come here. So when I will just send the request, so you will see that the id username that I have created into the post request create user, if you go to body, the same piece of key and value attributes, it is coming in the fetch user when we want to fetch. So the same response it came. Now if I, why I have just explained this variable, so let's say sometimes uh, when username is required, so let's say in the post request, go to the script section, and we all know that fetch user, we don't want to hard code this variable prince 1203. We want dynamic values. So whenever it will change username, so dynamically username should come here, so it should not be hard coded. So the advantage of this one, if one piece of code will be changed, then you need not to be correct at the every places. You need to be fixed at only one places, and that value will be updated at every place. A script section, let's say in post response, after when the response code is generated, we want to set the global variable. Let's say snippet is using, if you are not familiar with how to use snippets, please refer my previous videos. I have explained the all the snippets over there. So let me use this set a global variable. If you will click on this piece of code will be generated, pm dot globals dot set variable key and variable key. In that video, I in the previous video I have explained clearly what is pm and what is global set. So let me talk here as well. So pm means postman, globals dot set means we are setting the globals variable in the postman. So postman dot globals pm is a library. On this library we are calling the variables globals, and thus on this variable we are calling the method set variable, set method name. And in this we are setting this variable key. Let's say in this, we want user name. So username will be there, and from here it's a prince 1203. But if you will go to the environments variable, so they, you don't have any environments. So you neither it is global, you don't have any environments, so neither it is global nor any environment or collection variable. So let me go over there. So here, and just execute it. So you will see that 200 status is okay. And when you will go to this collect environment globals, you will see that username is created. So this username is created with this value that we have set, prince 1203. Now come here. So I don't want hard coded values here now. So we will be using some syntax like curly braces, double curly braces, and their username is there. So the second one, and it says g means global. G means global, and in the global variable we are having username. So just click on this. So username, when we over the mouse on this, so prince 1203 value is coming. Now when you send this request, the same response will be coming 200 as a status code. So our this thing is okay. Now if we want to set the base variable, then how we will be setting? So let's say we want, so you come here and all variables, just drop down, and we want to set an environment variable. So select an environment, create environment. So just rename this. Let's say we are using qa environment. QA environment. So in this, we want to set the variable. So let's say here I have already selected QA environment. I will be using some base underscore URL, and the current value is, let's say, copy from here, or else go there, fetch user till v2, copy from here, go to environment, QA environment, and current value is this one. Now save this. So if we want to fetch in the post, then we will directly write here base URL. So base URL indicates E is the environment variable and base URL that we have set. Click on this base URL. If you hover the mouse on this, so you will get the value as https petestore/swagger.io/v2. Now this request is fetched, and when we click on send request, again 200 status is okay. So in the fetch user, we don't want hard coded values, we want to fetch from the environment variable. So go there and just use base URL. So when we over the mouse on this, again the https petestore/swagger.io/v2 is there. The advantage of using this variable and this username variable, because at some time when we want to switch, when we have something to change the variable name, so we have to just come here and change the value of this. So everywhere it will change when we are fetching here. So everywhere the value will be changed in the post request as well and in the fetch user. So if we have 100 requests, then we need to change at only one place. We do not need to require the change at every places. So this is the advantage. So it's code reusability, and you see that readability is also increased. It says this is the variable, this is the variable, and this is the user endpoint. We want to set the collection variable. We already set global variable username, environment variable base URL, and if we want to add set the collection label, then how we will do it? Just click on this add and set here, let's say anything, let's say user ID, user ID, and initial value, let's say 1 2 3 4 5, and current value 1 2 3 4 5. Collection variable. So click on this get a collection variable, pm dot collection variable dot get what you want, user ID. And if you want to print, then how you will print, console dot log. You will be using console dot log, similar to system out dot println. Control is, and right now console is having, clear this. Now send the request. So 1 2 3 4 5, whatever the value we set into the variable, collection variable here, collection variable 1 2 3 4 5, the same value it is coming here 1 2 3 4 5. If you do not know how to use the snippets, please refer my previous videos. I have clearly explained all the snippets, like how to get an environment variable, how to set an environment variable, how to get global variable, how to set global variable, each and everything, status code, response body. So each and everything I have explained, please refer my previous video. You will get the better understanding. So so this thing done, collection label is done, collection label variable is done, global variable label is done, base URL this variable environment variable is done. Now if we want to use something local variable, then how you will be using? So So pm dot environment dot set. So we will be using set an environment variable. So pm dot environment dot set, what we want to set, let's say username. So this will be acting like a local variable. If we want to username, let's say we want to set for uh, let's say Prince Kumar. So 404. If you hover the cursor on this, so Prince Kumar is updated. So the local variable is right now Prince Kumar, and the same variable we are using in the pre-request. So pre-request will be executing first. That's why this value will be used here. Prince name, username. So Prince Kumar, and then body will be executed. So here body is not there because it is get request, and then in script section post response is there. So post response is not the in is nothing. So directly 404, because for this username we didn't create user. So let me show you what we have studied. So scope of variable global, so accessible to all places. Collection variable, accessible within collection. If it is environment variable, then accessible to all collection but need to switch the environment. If it is local, created within request in pre-request section. So let me summarize what we have studied in this session. So we have studied about scripts and types of variable. So there are two types of script: pre-request and post-response. The order of execution is, first of all, pre-request will be executed, then request, then after response will be coming, and then post response. So there are three places where we can write the scripts. First one is collection, and after this we have to create the folder, and after we are having request. So the order is collection, folder, and request. So this will be in the sequence. If it is in the sequence, then the pre-request will be executed for the collection, pre-request will be executed for the folder, and the pre-request will be executed for the request. Then our request will be executed, and then response will be executed, then collection post response, then folder post response, and then request post response. Now let's move to the variable. What is variable? Why variable is used? Where variable is used? We all know. Example. So this is the till IO till v2 we are considered as a base URL because it is constant in every URL, and that's why we have made it. This is base variable, and this is prince 1203. This is the username. So this is the endpoint acting like a endpoint. So after creating the variable, the URL will be, so using the curly braces base URL, and we will be using the slash v2 and user and the variable name. Whatever the variable name is there, we have to include in double curly braces. So it will just read the variable name and the value will come here. Now scope of variable. So we all know global, collection, environment, and local. So if you have any questions, please ask in the comment. Thank you for watching.